Welcome to the Team AGV product guides. I'm going to run you through the features and specifications of the AGV PISTA GP. The PISTA GP is the top of the range full carbon race helmet from AGV. It's the helmet used by riders like Valentino Rossi in MotoGP and Guy Martin in the Isle of Man. The PISTA GP is exactly the same as the helmet that AGV's riders are using. It's a full carbon construction, so there's no materials underneath. It's a pure carbon shell, handmade in Italy. This is a no-holds-barred race helmet. It's been designed with what's called AGV standards, where the helmet's designed from the inside out, specifically for racing, for ultra-high speed use, for speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour. It's got a very unique aerodynamic system, a very clever ventilation system, and a brand new visor system. I'm going to run you through all three of these sets of features because it really does set the PISTA GP away from any other helmet on the market. So, we've said already that it's a full carbon shell. The shell itself is available in 4 different sizes. So regardless of your head size, you're going to have a shell designed around the fit of your head. All the internals are fully removable, washable and customizable, and we'll go through the customization in a minute so you can get the fit tuned exactly right. The first thing you'll notice with the PISTA GP is this unique shape. Obviously, for riding at speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour, the helmet needs to be very, very aerodynamic. Now, you can see, first of all, you've got this large aerodynamic rear spoiler on the back of the helmet. What that does is the airflow across the top of the helmet is broken away by the spoiler and flows over your race hump in a very smooth manner. So it makes the helmet very, very stable at high speed. It gives it very low drag, which obviously helps you go faster at the top end speeds. And it minimises the lift, so the helmet's not going to try and pull off your head and it's not going to vibrate round. In addition to the aerodynamics on the rear of the helmet, you've got on the front a very pointy chin bar. Now, you know, when you're in MotoGP or you're racing at the Isle of Man, you're going to be stuck behind the screen at very, very high speeds. When you come out from behind the screen on the brakes, what can happen is the helmet can push back on your head. So having a chin bar that's very pointy and slices through the air keeps the helmet very, very stable on your head. And obviously, because it's very light, being pure carbon, the aerodynamics are very important. The aerodynamics on the PISTA GP are second to none. The next thing is the ventilation. Obviously, when you're riding MotoGP, guys are in Malaysia, they're riding in extremely hot conditions. So it's really important that the helmet flows a vast amount of air. But it's also important that you can shut that airflow completely off if you're riding in wet conditions or if it's very, very cold. So what we've done with the PISTA GP is have a vent system which utilises bungs instead of switches. It's much more racy because obviously when you are racing, you're either going to start with the vents open or start with the vents shut. You're not going to be switching them around when you go. So the helmet will come out of the box with the bungs fitted, and you actually get a spare set in with the box as well. All you need to do to get those off is just start from the corner and pull them out with the tab, the middle one and the other side. You've then got 3 alloy vents. Because you've got no switches, you're going to get much more air in through those vents at the back, and you've got 2 large rear venturi extractors on the back of the helmet which are going to suck all that hot air out away from your head. Now, being a race helmet, it's really important that you've got a racing visor system. The visor on the PISTA GP is 3.3 millimeters thick. It's a very, very thick visor, but retains optical class A, the same as you'd have in glasses. What that means is the visor is very, very strong. So it's going to minimise the risk of any foreign object or debris flying into the visor, coming through and giving you any eye injury. The other thing that's really unique with this system is the visor actually locks down into the helmet. When we've got the visor down like this, you can see it's shut and locked. There's no way that visor can come open when you're riding, and there's no way the visor is going to open if you do have a mishap and end up in the gravel trap. The other thing that's unique is when you shut the visor down, it's actually got 2 positions. The first click, and the visor is then locked in, but locked open. It'll have a crack around the bottom, so it'll allow extra airflow to come in through the visor and help with the demisting. In addition, you've got a large chin vent here, recessed into the chin bar with the mechanism operated on the inside by a switch used by the thumb inside the chin bar. What that means is you've got nothing to get in the way of the airflow, so it helps with the noise on the front of the helmet, it helps with the aerodynamics again, and it helps with the airflow. You get a much better airflow into the helmet because the vents are actually built inside. Now, to change the visor, as you'd expect, is a very clever system as well as being able to lock down. You open the visor all the way up, and on the side of the visor you'll see here a wing. Now all you do is pull that wing down and lift the visor off. It's the same on both sides. I'll take the visor off so you can actually see how the mechanism works. The mechanism is actually built onto the visor, it's not on the helmet. It's an all metal system which actually locks the visor onto the helmet. You've got a metal base plate which takes up a very small area, so you get excellent visibility, so excellent peripheral vision with this system. And obviously you can see the depth of field of vision on the visor is massive, so you get really good visibility when you're tucked in the crouch when you want to go forward at high speed. To put the visor back on, equally as simple. You just put the wing down, put the visor in place over the base plate and push the wing up. It's the same on both sides, and available as an accessory for the PISTA GP is the racing kit visor system. And if you can see here, but on the base plate you've actually got a threaded hole there. Now the racing kit visor comes with a hole drilled through the visor and a pair of screws, so you can actually screw the visor down to the helmet, exactly the same system as the guys using in MotoGP. That means that though the visor then is not quick release, it's actually bolted to the helmet, there's absolutely no way that visor is going to come off. So that option is available to you. The visor's also got tear-off posts, so you can run tear-offs, and tear-offs come in the box, and it's pin lock ready, and you get the pin lock in the box, so you've got no risk of the visor steaming up. So that's some of the cool features on the outside. Next we want to talk about the inside of the helmet. As we said before, the PISTA GP is a race helmet, so first of all you'll see this black band here. This is actually a sweat band that's fitted to the helmet. Now when you put the helmet on, that sweat band is designed to run across your forehead to stop any sweat running down inside your eyes. So that's the first unique feature on the inside. The second is the lining system. Here's one we prepared earlier. Just want to show you exactly what you can do with the PISTA GP lining. Now the PISTA GP is a full custom fit helmet. That means you can actually take the standard fit and adjust it to your liking. You can tailor the fit exactly to how you like the helmet to fit on your head. Because we've got 4 shell sizes, it also means the helmet comes in 2 different versions of a medium. We run a medium small, which is a size 57. We run a medium large, which is a size 58. So you've got a very good spread of sizes. So once you've got the size that fits you correctly, when you get the helmet home, you can then play around with the custom fit to tailor it exactly how you want. So how do we do that? You can see on this headline in here, we've got these 2 blades, what we call the rabbit's ears. These are adjustable at the rear here with a Velcro system. As standard, the helmet will come with the rabbit's ears in the middle position. You can then take the Velcro and open it right out. What that will do is give you more space around the back of the head and the top of the head. So that will allow the helmet to move slightly forward on your head and slightly down. So it's going to take some pressure away from the cheeks and it's going to take some pressure away from the forehead. You can have that halfway. You can really set that exactly how you want for the shape of your head. Now, in addition, you can see here on the head lining, you've got this big pocket. Now, in with the bag of instructions with the PISTA, you're going to get some extra foam. You're going to get this half moon piece of foam here, which slides into that pocket. What that does is packs out the rear of the helmet at the base of your skull, at the top of your neck, and that's going to make the helmet a different shape altogether, tighten up the fit and tighten it up around the forehead. So it's going to make it a more aggressive racing fit. Finally, with the head lining, the other thing you can do is remove the foam fitment discs. Now what these do, when you take them out, it's actually going to relieve some of the pressure on this part of the helmet. So you take the 2 discs out of the front and it's going to take some pressure off the front of the head, or you can take the 2 discs out the back and that's going to take some pressure off the back of the head. So you can really adjust the pitch of the helmet perfectly for your head. You can take all 4 out and that's going to drop the helmet down slightly. Very easy to remove, and obviously the head lining itself is held in with 2 pop studs on the front and this small plastic blade at the back. So it's very, very easy to take out and perform this custom fit. Finally, the cheek pads, when you remove, come out as one whole piece. And what you'll see here is a little gap in the trim. That enables you to put these 2 extra pieces of foam inside the cheek pads. That's going to pad this area out around your ears and give it an even more aggressive racing fit. So full custom fit system on the PISTA GP, and all the parts you need come in the box with the helmet. So you get the foam extra pieces, you get spare rubber bungs for the vents, you also get a set of earplugs, you get your pin lock, and you get a set of tear-off. So the helmet really is ready to go out of the box for racing. To find out the full specification of the PISTA GP, to find your nearest Team AGV dealer and to see all the available colours, please head over to agv.co.uk.